Hello, Gothletts, and welcome to the first episode of Trust Me, I'm a Goth. Imagine, if you will, um, AITA from Reddit with a bit of life advice and agony ants. Please don't take any of this overly serious. It is just for fun. I do have a special guest with me today. I have got the lovely Hat,
You know,
and he will be weighing in on some of these things I'm about to share. Right, so we're going to begin. And the first one I've got for is should I reach out to friends I ghosted? So it starts, I'm 21 and in college. Okay, American. Over the past 2 years, I cut off all of my friends, mostly online, a couple in real life. I stayed holed up in my room, and as a result, some people who I loved are forever out of my reach. For example, I had a very close online friend in a game who I cut off 14 months ago. He has deleted his Discord and Steam accounts, so I will never be able to say sorry. But some people are still online. I don't want to reach out because they have moved on, but it is selfish and shameful of me to force myself in again after I hurt them. That's it. That's a toughie.
mm,
Mm.
yeah, I mean, obviously, if people delete their accounts, then yeah, you ain't getting in touch with them ever again. So that's tough.
Kind of see if other people in that same circle of friends are there and
Yeah,
reach
but
out to them, and you can say sorry anytime.
yeah,
It doesn't
it's
mean,
not even something to say sorry for. It's his his real life got in the way of him socializing with those other people. And there'd have been a reason that he was holed up in his room, whether
it
it
would
was
have been.
studying or whether it was mental anxieties or whatever else. If they were his friends, then they'd understand and be perfectly fine.
Yeah. I think the best thing, and I know we're saying he, but it doesn't say he or she. Because it tends to be a male-dominated thing, is this online gaming? But
Mm,
yeah,
There's plenty of female gamers out there, but yeah, either way, it's not.
reach out if you really want to. Just say sorry.
Don't don't force yourself. That's the worst thing you can do, isn't it? Is force. It's not to what that you're wanting to do it. You've been for. Don't force yourself to do it. If you want to reach out to them, reach out to them. If you don't want to reach out to them, um, then don't. You want to,
Yeah, yeah, you're
you've
just
moved
one
on.
of the.
If you've moved on, then you've moved on. So your good friend you had in XYZ game 2, 3 years ago, and you're no longer playing that game, or any games that they're interested or they may still be playing, would you have? You wouldn't really socialise with them going forwards anyway. So
I I do think if you do decide to reach out to them, don't force it,
yeah, don't force it. Never,
As Hat
never
said,
force.
and also be prepared for them to maybe ghost you, in which case that's it, fine, end of. But also be prepared if they come back with feelings, if you hurt their feelings or you made them feel they did something. But, you know, reach out. I think that's one way to go. Right, let's move on to this next one. Let me get it up. Please help. I sweat so bad on my armpits and torso. Right, let's get into this. I shouldn't really laugh, but I do as well. I sweat profusely from my armpits and torso. I am 16F, 16 female, and not on birth control. I know this can be a side effect of that. I know I'm young and it could be hormones, could be puberty, yada yada. I have struggled with this problem for years and now I'm getting desperate. I sweat immediately with spray deodorant, can't wear long sleeves. If I get remotely hot, remotely cold, anxious, nervous, excited, or even have my arms by my side, I sweat horribly. I know this is a normal body reaction, but not to the extent it is for me. I'm clean. I shower twice a day because I'm so self-conscious about it. It's winter and I'm really struggling. I'm so worried about the summertime. My dad has a condition that does this to him, and he has medication for it. I can't remember what it's called, but it's very possible it's genetic. I'd just appreciate any advice or insight. Diet changes, products, anything, please help. Right, I'm going to start off because yeah, I do sweat a lot, especially during the night. And I had a best friend growing up, similar age to this lovely um, Redditor, and she did have a condition where she had horrendous BO. It wasn't just about sweating, it was about the smell. And no matter how much showering she did, she needed medication for it. From me, the best thing you can do is go see your primary care doctor. They will know what the condition is if it's genetic, even if you don't. Um, some good tips before you go is low fat diet because insulin can play a part in you um sweating. So I know some of my stuff.
Mhm.
Also weight can be. You've not mentioned any weight, but if you are overweight, that can contribute to all of this, and losing weight can help. But definitely, if this has gone on for a while, I mean, go to the doctors. I mean, how do you put up with my sweating hat?
Um, Go sleep in a different room.
I get very hot, so I'm a human radiator.
Great when it's middle of winter and you've got no heating on. Middle of summer, it's a go sleep in a different room job.
Oh yeah, the cat does enjoy it though, and the kids.
Yeah, in the cold weather, not in the hot weather.
So, I mean, any advice you could give
Well,
this?
she's kind of given half of what she needs to do there. With what her dad has a condition, and that does the same, and he has medication for it. Speak to your dad and possibly your mum, 'cause she probably knows as much as he does about it. Chat with them, go see your doctor, and take it from there. 'Cause if it is the same condition and it is genetically hereditary,
Hereditary. There we go.
then go see go see them, and it should hopefully get you sorted out. If it's not an hereditary thing and it's not the same condition, then the doctors might at least be able to give you a bit more advice on what you can do. Because it might not be the same thing, but there might be another medical condition causing it for you, or it might just be young teenage hormones and body being complete mess of drugs, and it needs the right foods, diet, and exercise to clear it all up or grow out of.
Main thing is, you are not alone, and there are plenty of people who suffer with this. So, although it can be embarrassing, try not to be embarrassed by it. I know it is hard. I find it hard, but speak to someone and get it sorted. Right, let's move on to the next one, which is you break it, you buy it.
Damn right.
It's even before we've got into it, but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so I work in a small local shop where everything is sourced from nearby artists, entrepreneurs. For a lot of them, our business is one of their main forms of income. Oh, this rings a bell. Um, Most artists have things you can't. dot 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 easily damaged. But there are also artists who do stuff like pottery or candles and such. Typically, we try to be empathetic and let people go if they seem to have some amount of remorse. But some people just let their kids run around freely, and other people have large bags that swing around when they turn. Oh, God, I remember these days. Or just generally careless and who turn around and try to put the blame on us. Something about how we're just trying to make money by making things more likely to be broken. I have a feeling I just need to toughen up, but I've always been soft when people get mad at me. Does anyone have any advice for A, coping with people yelling at you, accusing you of cruel things, or B, ways to communicate beyond a sign that people should be expected to pay for stuff they break? And so, background to me, I did used to run a small gift shop where we had local artists, entrepreneurs, small businesses who rented space to sell their products, and we had this issue. Now, obviously, you said ways to communicate beyond a sign. We had a sign on the door. We had a sign on each of the sides where products were on each of the displays that say, if you break it, you pay for it. Now, I don't know where you are, but one rule in the UK is you should only, if they're going to get funny with you, you should only charge them the, this is where I get it mixed up, the net price, the price before you,
Wholesale price.
wholesale price, there we go. There's reasons I have hat about, where you should put you should only charge them the wholesale price, because that's how much it would cost you to replace it. Obviously, if they then want to take the product away, they pay the full price for it. Um, it is just a case of being calm and being firm and, saying we do have signs about which do say, whatever your signs say, that, allude to you break it, you pay for it. There are signs about, and unfortunately, I am going to need you to pay for this. You will get shouted at and you will get yelled at. Ultimately, you can just say, right, you're not allowed back in the shop, and you can bar them from your shop because that is your right to. If you have got someone being rude to you, you can say, I don't want to deal with you again. Out you go. They refuse to leave. You get the police involved. Sorted. No one wants that, so they will either trot off or get arrested. Up
Yeah,
to them.
just isn't very good for the people whose goods it is that end up getting broken.
It,
That's
it's not.
that's part and parcel of being in the shop trade.
Yeah, it is one of those. And we even had it near the till as well. If you break it, you pay for it. It was everywhere. And as for kids running around freely,
I
oh,
shouldn't be doing that in the shop in the first place.
well, no, they shouldn't. I mean, I'm lucky I had kids that I kind of just shot them a look and said, calm down unless we're in the supermarket, and then I had to run after them. But there wasn't much they could damage in a supermarket. Um,
If kids are running around in your shop, then ask them politely to stop running around.
or do something. It's not quite passive aggressive, but one thing I used to do is, wow, haven't you got some energy today?
There's a road out there, go use it.
Do that. No, we don't advocate sending children onto busy roads. Although, some we wish we could. Um, and the careless people. I went abroad last year, and there's actually rules in some of the shops where you couldn't take large tote bags. You had to leave them at your own risk. It did say near the cashier at the front. And some of the little convenience markets had little lockers. that you could put your euro in and put your bag in there and lock it up. They wouldn't let you carry backpacks or anything around. I think it was for mainly theft, but there's another option for you for those people with massive bags. I mean, I don't tend to carry a massive bag.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No. I do have some nice massive bags, but I don't carry them around anymore.
Can't use them. Yep.
Right, anything you want to add to that one?
No, you covered everything that one. That
Right.
was definitely your field of forte.
I know. And I literally just picked these at random. I was like scrolling through pages and then just stop. Right, so next one. Need advice with ending a friendship. And so I need the little violins out. So, to cut a long story short, I want to end a friendship, but I have no idea how to go about it. They are nice. Sorry, I'll start again. They are a nice person, and I don't have any gripes with them. It it seems we're going in different directions in terms of like everything. And I figured out that I'm aplatonic. I will have to Google that word and don't really like have any interest in friendships. I tell you what, this one is like reading one of the chavvy teenagers. How it's wrote. So I'm guessing aplatonic is just quite happy being on their own. I know someone like that. Right, anyway. Um, let's continue. But I still feel nervous when bringing this all up with them, as we've known each other for more than 10 years, since grade 3. I'm guessing this is possibly American. And a few times they've mentioned how I'm like their only friend, and I never know when it's a good time to break the news to them. Ugh, playing the I'm your only friend card. I feel right now wouldn't be goose. I'm guessing that's good, since it was literally their birthday a couple of days ago, and Christmas is soon. But we also maybe had planned to get tattoos. Jeez, considering you want to break this off, you're quite happy to say yes to stuff, aren't you? Which originally was my B-Day present from them for last year. So we're going back March. Which I said I'd just do myself and invited them along this coming March. I'm guessing the wait a year. But I felt it wouldn't be a good idea to have that tattoo hang out and then break it off because I would have unintentionally created the breakup with the tattoo and they cost a shit ton of money too. So I just need a bit of advice because I know this is something I have to do. I keep putting it off and say it'll work out, but it never changes. And I don't want to keep dragging them along when they could go out and find someone who could be everything they need. Right, off the bat hat, I don't know what you feel,
Sounds like a lass.
but this feels more than a friendship.
Yeah,
So a friendship is a form of relationship, but obviously a relationship is different to a friendship.
all friends with benefits.
There is more than a friendship going on here. Because whoever wrote this is clearly they've known him for over 10 years. They've had 10 years to say foxtrot off, but they
Yeah.
haven't. How do they break it up? I think they need to do it
But,
before the tattoo.
but it sounds like it's naturally heading that way anyway, given what they've put about. It seems we're going in different directions in terms of everything. If they are going in different directions in terms of everything, it would naturally just fall away anyway because they go off to do different things and hardly see
Yeah.
each other.
And you've known them for 10 years. That is a long time. Okay? And yeah, you definitely need to do it before the tattoo. Because that's a major thing to share with anyone. It sounds like
Yeah.
you might be a bit concerned of hurting their feelings, which, if you really were platonic, you
Maybe just Google that word now. See what.
Google aplatonic. Let's Google this word. I've been told I gotta Google. Let's Google it because I might be using this, and it might mean like you like to get jiggy with jelly
Like,
babies.
or you just like aflatonics.
Aflatonic. Ooh, aflatonic meaning. Here we go. Is a term used to describe people who do not experience platonic attraction. Specifically, it's most commonly employed by aplatonic people to describe a lack of desire to form friendships with specific people or difficulty forming friendships in general as a result of neurodivergence or trauma. Right,
So
okay.
that could be just applied to anybody who just likes being by themselves most of the time.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of a lot of different labels. I don't feel necessarily a person's a person.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever. You don't need to, if you don't want to spend time with me, you don't want to spend time with me. You don't need to give a word to it, right? Anyway, back to this. Yeah. You should have that respect for 10 years, whether you like to be on your own or not, to actually be honest with them. Meet up. Don't do it over text because they're going to have so many questions. They need to see your body language with this. Meet up somewhere where you both can escape, somewhere neutral, have a drink, and tell them exactly how you feel. There's no other way about it. And just say you feel you're drifting apart, you need time away. If you're worried about breaking their heart, because it seems you are, or really hurting their feelings, just say you need that time away from them. That way, it gives you that chance where if you feel you do want, that friendship back, they know you could rock up and say, "Look, how you doing?" They might not welcome you back with open arms, but you need to be honest, even if you are their only friend, because it's not fair. Mm,
Yeah. Don't keep yourself hostage for their emotions. Does
yeah,
you more harm than it does your friend good.
and again, them reading different signals from you, thinking that is a friendship, does them harm as well. I have got um, a neurodivergent child. They quite happily, I wouldn't describe them as platonic, but they are happy and they're not interested in forming friendships at the moment. They are quite happy on their own and quite happy having acquaintances. People who they speak to might not be regular. So I understand that need, but also you've got to, look after yourself. If I forced my child to make a friendship and keep that going, that has got to be mentally and emotionally draining.
Yeah. Anyway, they need to sit down and have a good talk between them and just take it from there. They've got to let the other person know how they're feeling at the end of the day. Like, the sooner that's done, the better for both parties.
Hmm. Right, I think I'll move on to the next one because I could go off on another rant there. You don't want me ranting. You get bored of me.
Yeah, but you can't chase after me these days, so I just gotta lie.
I can't even throw stuff, can I? Right. Right, let's go to the next one. I think that has popped up. I'm so useless at everything. I feel so alone. Game violins are out. I've written this out about 10 times now. I am so bad at everything I do. I'm not popular, and I feel like my friends don't even like me. Well, you've got friends, mate, even if you feel they don't like you. I'm so ugly as well. Trust me. I mean, you've seen pictures of me. I need makeup to make me look human. Right. I'm so sensitive and fragile, and I just feel like life isn't worth it. I'm very ambitious. These are very contradictory feelings. I'm very ambitious, but my best friend isn't. But yet he's in the top class at school. So you're young if you're using school. He's smart and good at everything, and he had a girlfriend for a while. I'm probably like the best one of is this Reddit set.
Probably like the best one off in this Reddit server, and that's just me being weak again.
I don't get that, but fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for some kind words because I can't get them anywhere else. Right, we've got to be kind now, okay? Kind, mummy murd. I know I seem like a cry. You raise your eyebrows. I know I seem like a crybaby coming on here. Please help me out. I feel like I'm nothing. I bring nothing to the world. I'm good at nothing, and I am weak. Sorry. Right, first of all, and these are kind words, get out of your wallowing self pity. If you are seriously that low, you speak to a parent or you speak to a trusted adult and you
Or
tell them.
given sounds like the start of school be the guidance counselor at school.
Well, that's why I said trusted adult, because it might be a teacher or head of year. Secondly, right, you're not the ugliest person going. I've not seen someone yet I would consider it ugly, apart from when my daughter was born and she looked like an alien. That's a whole nother story, okay? You do not look like an ugly little baby alien. You're
If people
fine.
can look you in the face, you're fine.
If they're not throwing up when they look at you, you're sorted. They throw up, then we know something's wrong and you need urgent medical attention. But you've not said that's happening, and I think that would be a major one if you did. Okay? Right. So, your best friend. Sounds like you've got a crush on your best friend. The fact you've mentioned him is smart and he had a girlfriend for a while. Okay? Do not compare yourself to others. I don't know if it's Albert Einstein. I think it is. You cannot compare a dog and a goldfish. Because a dog might be able to climb a tree, but a goldfish can't. That doesn't make it stupid, because a dog can't hold its breath and swim underwater, but a goldfish can.
Yep.
Okay? So you
Never compare yourself to other people.
no,
You are your own individual.
okay? Being sensitive and fragile. There is nothing wrong with being sensitive and fragile. Okay? Just means you're more susceptible to these feelings. And being ambitious. What does it matter if your best friend isn't ambitious? Trust me, I'm like chalk and cheese with some of my friends. I am very ambitious and, out.
If you're ambitious, then work towards those goals.
Yeah.
Set goals, go out and achieve them.
And with your best friend, it's, enjoy that downtime with your best friend if they're not ambitious. Make use of that. You know, everyone wins in that.
I'm like,
Right.
yeah,
You wouldn't have friends if they didn't like you.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely wouldn't have any friends if they didn't like him.
Okay. And they wouldn't hang around you if they didn't like you. I don't get the Reddit server thing. Right. And being weak isn't a bad thing. Everyone has moments when they are weak.
Everybody's weak at something, just depends what it is.
Exactly. Okay? And if you need to cry, cry. I did today. I was watching a 911 call on a TV programme. And it wasn't bad, it was good. And I cried. Yeah, you weren't here to witness that. I'm really a strong woman. I never cry.
Yeah, yeah,
Serving Private Ryan.
yeah.
Right, and you do bring something to the world. You've been nurtured to this point, okay? So never think you don't bring anything to the world. Your best friend, see, you do have a friend. You bring something to them. You have that friendship. Just do have sympathy, but I don't.
Technically speaking, nobody brings anything to this world, they just help damage it. Probably the only people that have brought something to this world, like Albert Einstein and Alexander Graham Bell and a few other notable scientists and inventors.
No,
Don't really,
because some of those have like done electricity and all that mining to do the electricity and all that crap, and that's damaged the world more than if we didn't have electricity. Right, anyway,
Yeah.
tangent. Don't be so hard on yourself. You are here for a reason. And trust me, if you weren't worth it at all, your parents wouldn't have had you. And if you're adopted, you wouldn't have got adopted.
Covering both bases there, yeah.
Don't know enough. You got to.
Yeah.
Right, so the next one is the AITA, which is, and I'm going to say it because I don't care. Am I
The
the
asshole.
arsehole? You really wanted to say. I like these ones. We get to put a verdict on whether someone's an arsehole or not.
9 times out of 10 people writing them are from what I've heard you playing. So
So, am I the arsehole for giving two nieces the same gifts when they are different ages? I don't know.
depends what the gift is.
Yeah, well,
If
yeah,
it's,
because if they got
it's
an
50,
iPad.
yeah, 50 quid, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into this. It's a bit of a long one. I, 18 female, am currently on school break and spending Christmas with my family. Parents, two sisters, and brother-in-laws. One brother and two nieces. Aww. We, the adults, agreed only the kids would get gifts to decrease the financial burden. Very wise. Once my kids reach 18, their like money drops off. Sorry, kids, if you're listening to it. That's why you know you're not getting a lot this year. I am typical. I am. I'm a typical. No, I will go it out right. I'm a typical broke college student, but also an okay baker. So for this first Christmas as an adult, yeah, you're 18, I decided to give baked goods as presents. That is an awesome
That is
gift
pretty cool, yeah.
because it's thoughtful, it shows your skill, and you still had to pay for all the ingredients. So don't knock it as a cheap alternative.
And for a college student, I wouldn't be expecting anything from them in the first place.
No, true. Okay, let's continue. I made butter cookies. Oh, yes. With lemon icing. Oh, please come and bake some for me. My nieces were Mia 9 and Zoe 6, each from different sister. Okay. I made two identical boxes for them. Each girl got 12 cookies each. They were shaped like things from the song 12 Days of Christmas. Oh, they're
Cool.
sweet. That is talent.
Yeah.
That is talent. And I know when my children were 6 and 9, they would have, yeah, I wouldn't have seen a crumb. Everyone complimented me on how cute the cookies for the girls were. I also made a batch, plain shaped, for the family, and everyone said they were good. Brilliant. Mia did not look pleased, however, and was quieter than usual for the rest of the morning. At lunch, Mia's mother asked to speak to me. She said Mia felt like it was unfair that Zoe got the same amount of cookies she did when she was the older. Oh my God. Mia always thought of me as the favourite aunt and was hurt that I didn't treat her special.
Oh, did she needs to grow up.
Mia's 9. Leave her alone.
She still she doesn't deserve more. She deserves what she got. Maybe less than that given this so far.
Stop. I don't think I did anything wrong, and Mia was being overly petty. I did make up with her ever since, and we're good now. But I still wonder. AITA.
No,
No, sorry, no.
that
Right, right. That gift
was
was
bang on.
a perfectly normal gift, and it's even if. Let me get this wording right. Mia thought of you as her favourite aunt. You treated both your nieces the same. You didn't show any favoritism. That was Mia thinking that. Okay? I always had a favourite auntie. And then I had to admit I loved all my aunties equally because my other auntie found out. But hey, her, you are not the arsehole. Um, and your sister for saying to you, you know, your sister
Well,
should
yeah,
have
the sister,
sorted it out with her daughter.
yeah, sister should have sorted it out, but But it sounded like Mia just felt was just a little bit of a child, which at that age she would be. So
Oh yeah,
it's not on you. It's just young child being a little bit entitled to something that she wasn't entitled to.
yeah. I mean, I'm trying to. To
But
be
no,
fair, most of my children have all been, because I've got a few. They've all been brought up, and we say treated the same and treated as they should be age appropriate. So, when the one or two, they might have got a small gift because they don't understand what's going on. There's no point spoiling them with a lot of things. They're going to grow out of things. Then the 5-year old or the 10-year old. But definitely at those ages, that present was brilliant. It's something from the heart. You put love into it, and 12 cookies is quite adequate.
on top of anything, it's more, you don't get 12 different chocolates in a selection box these days. It's like six or seven, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
And people always get selection boxes for kids at Christmas, and those are the older ones complaining that they only got six, and the younger one got the same amount at six.
my
But
kids have been told where to go.
yeah, well, they might would have been, but they're both as happy that they got chocolates in the first place. So they get
Yeah,
homemade food from a favourite aunt, even better.
yep. So no, you are not the asshole, and we will move on. Okay, so it's another AITA. AITA for not letting my niece wear white at my wedding. Ooh. Okay, let's read this.
See where this one goes.
Yeah. My partner and I are getting married in February. Congratulations, whoever you may be on Reddit. On Christmas Day, my soon to be sister in law asked if her 5-year-old daughter could wear a white dress to the wedding. So far, I'd be fine with that personally.
No issues so far, unless it's meant to be an all black wedding or.
Themed, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
My daughters wore purple, and my son's dressed up as Doctor Who because Doctor Who is cool. She told me it was in a shop front in our local shopping centre. I was so stunned I didn't really respond either way. She's 5 years old. Mm, It's not like she's like 13, then I would have been a bit like,
it's not like it's one of your bridesmaids.
yeah. Afterwards, I told my partner, and he said he would speak to his sister. Today, I saw the dress, and it's basically a wedding dress. Big and white tulle with a detailed floral lace body. Oh my god, that sounds beautiful, but I think I know where this is going. This is after she asked us to order her daughter a flower crown so that she can have flowers to match mine. Okay. She isn't a flower girl. We aren't having any bridal party as part of our day. AITA for wanting to tell her no and refusing to get her a flower crown. And
It sounds like she's trying to dress up the 5-year-old as a bride at your wedding.
well, as a flower girl, and give her that. No,
No,
you're not. It's a borderline AITA, but no, you are not the asshole. If it was just a simple white dress, nothing elaborate, just a pretty white dress, then I couldn't see an issue. But
yeah,
the fact it basically sounds like she's trying to push her daughter to be a flower girl for you, even have matching flowers.
yeah.
No, no, because I'm sure there'll be other family members who you have said,
We're
we're
not
not
having
having a bridal party. Then
Page
she
Boys, but
turns up like that, and then you've got to explain the whole situation. So maybe do the compromise. She can wear a white dress, but it can't be big, it can't be flowery. She's not having flowers. Maybe let her have a wand. Do you know, just like a wand with a star on it.
yeah, make it into make her a
She, she,
princess.
she can,
Either a princess or a fairy for the day.
something child, but not wedding.
Yeah,
But definitely no flower crown. Yeah, yeah, that's just a bit. too far. Plus, ultimately, there's going to be backlash if you do it. I can see that.
Yeah. Mm,
Oh,
there
you're
is.
tired. Your
Yeah.
stomach's going.
My stomach's rumbling as well. It wants more chocolate. Log.
Oh, that chocolate log was nice. So, no, you are not the arsehole, and we will move on. AITA for last minute declining to go to a friend's wedding that is dry on New Year's Eve. My buddy, 33 male, is getting married to a girl that our friend group is not in love with.
Okay.
Okay. He loves her though, so we support him, as you should. We have known for months this was a New Year's Eve wedding. Fab. Expensive because everywhere puts up the prices when they hear wedding and New Year's Eve. I RSVP'd yes months ago with my wife. Several friends and I operated under the assumption that there would be booze at the wedding, especially considering it's on New Year's Eve. hmm Well, I found out yesterday that it is a dry wedding. Turns out it is because of his fiancée and her family. Okay, let's continue because I've got some thoughts on this. I asked my wife if she knew this and said no and was pissed. Okay, of course. I text the groom, buddy, and asked. He confirmed this. I told him this is something you should have told us a long time ago. I told him that wife and I wouldn't be going. We want to spend the night drinking. I text the rest of my friends about this, and oh boy, the group chat went off. Sounds like you're a bit of a shit stirrer, to be honest. This led to several more
Just letting
people.
everybody else know.
Just shut up. Do as you're told, man.
Yes, my lady.
This led to several more people backing out. This is not how a bunch of us expected to spend New Year's Eve. Really, the only ones that didn't back out are the 4 members of our 12-person group that are in the wedding. Groom Buddy reached out to me and went off. Pretty much, he is now overspending on catering. He is having 20-ish less guests, Jesus, show up than planned, and this is all last minute. I've been called an asshole, among other things, for leading the charge in people not going to the wedding. Before I put my 2 cents in, you can put yours in first.
Put mine in first. Is an asshole. It depends on which. If he was really a good friend, then it being a dry wedding shouldn't really matter and it'd still go. Yes, you might have been looking forward to getting pissed on New Year's Eve and having a wedding and whatnot, but there's nothing that really stops you having a hip flask with a decent whiskey in it and taking that with you, or having a few drinks before the party, or leaving the party early and having a good drink somewhere else afterwards.
I think he is. I think he's totally an utter arsehole. I think he was looking for any excuse to share with his friends group because they didn't like the fiance.
Well, none of them like the fiance anyway, but
Yeah,
I've
but
already said that, but that doesn't stop
no, and I agree
them.
with you. All right, okay.
But if he really was a friend, he wouldn't have bailed on the wedding at all, regardless.
No, you wouldn't. If you're a
So
friend, you
yes,
don't bail.
he is being an asshole by not going, letting everybody else know that there is going to his other mates know that there's going to be no booze there. Yeah, that's that's understandable. Them not going as well is
Right,
off their own backs because he's not told them not to go. He's told them he's not going because they've got no booze there, which fair just makes it sound like he was only going for as an excuse to get pissed, not to support his mate in the first place.
your wife's pit. Right. So, context why I have a bit of a different approach. I don't actually drink, and it's not that I'm recovering. I just don't drink. I've got a health problem. Alcohol doesn't get me pissed. I don't have a hangover.
Well,
So
that and it didn't agree with half the meds you were on at one point, so
yeah.
alcohol was a no
So
go for starters.
So I don't drink. I don't need alcohol to have a good time. And the way I'd see this, if I got this invite, yes, it's on New Year's Eve, but I'm going to celebrate a friend's wedding first and foremost. New Year's Eve is second to this. And as Hat said, get loaded before you go. Not too loaded because they might kick you out, but get loaded before you go. Concealed hip flask. There are ways around this. To me, it just reads like you was looking for an excuse. And I'm pretty sure that if you found out there was going to be no booze at the wedding, it was going to be a dry wedding, your friends would have found out also. I'd like to know how you found out.
Well,
To be
when you
honest,
say that,
no. Well, I found out yesterday that it's a dry wedding. Okay. For your friends to back out as well because it's a dry wedding, it just sounds like. And I mean, you're in your 30s. I can understand this for a group of kids who are in the 20s.
yeah, it sounds like they're all just thinking, "Oh, cool, he's getting married on New Year's Eve, and it's New Year's Eve as
Or
well."
unless
That's
they're
one big,
thinking free alcohol.
yeah, maybe. I was just thinking it'd be one big piss at party, and then they suddenly found out it's not a big piss at party, and
But yet, the fact that you mentioned that most of your friend group don't like the fiance, I think that's a really telling sign, you know, in all of this. And the fact you RSVP'd to go to a friend's wedding to celebrate the union, to celebrate them. I don't see you needing alcohol to do that.
mm,
No, I don't have alcohol on New Year's Eve. I haven't for this about 5 years now.
it will take maybe going on for 6.
Yeah, okay. What I do have, and even if it is a dry wedding, I have alcohol-free cider. And there's some very nice ones out there that taste exactly like cider. I think you actually prefer one of my alcohol-free ones to their alcohol version, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah. I have found very nice alcohol-free wines. I don't know about beer, lagers and ales because I've never drank them, the same as I don't know about alcohol-free gin. I would try alcohol-free whiskey, but at the moment, 30 quid to try it and it'd be rank. Yeah, I'm not willing to do that. 'Cause I did like whiskey when I drank. But yeah, you're the arsehole for me.
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And
him and that group.
him in the group, yeah, it's not just on you, mate. I mean, yeah, you stirred the pot because you all could have come up, 4 members out of the 12, so that's 8 people that said no in your friends group. Between the 8 of you, you could have come up with reasons to get drink into that wedding, unless they were doing full body cavity searches. You could have got it in. Trust me, I have snuck alcohol in bras before. Okay, it can be done in cleavage. No one's going to touch there. It, but yeah, it was just any excuse.
Mm,
And that's it. To listen to us rant on anymore.
yay! Freedom!
I haven't held you out against your will.
No, just chain me down to the bed here, but never
You
mind.
enjoy that.
Yeah.
That is it. I hope you've enjoyed this. Morgana, will be doing some of these and will be joining me. And it is just, a good way to um, do something a bit more fun. If you do have anything you'd like us to mention, please drop us an email. I will put all of our social media links and email in the description so you can find it there. So yeah, and you never know, we might mention advice post from yourself or AITA from yourself. So that's it. Good night and thank you for listening to us rant on. Say bye, Cat.
So long, folks.